I'm Joshua Simon.
I'm Sam Joe.
And we are the SG Boys.
That little gay podcast from Singapore.
Subscribe and find us on Instagram at the SG Boys. With us right now is a very special guest that I've had the pleasure of watching from the audience. But Sam Joe, you've actually worked with her. You've shared a stage with her.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I mean, not at the same time. That would be the ultimate honor.
Can we arrange that? Can we do like a Moulin Rouge, like a Lady Marmalade thing, or a duet with the two of you?
Ooh. But what a lot of people don't know is that, yes, a lot of people see her on stage, but it's the moments backstage, and I'm sure we'll get more into this in a bit, but it's moments backstage which I really cherish a lot, and I'm so honored and so happy to have on our podcast Kak Nina Boo!
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me, Joshua.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Sam Joe, thank you so much.
No, thank you for coming all the way in the rain.
Honestly, let me tell you, this is it's very humbling experience, for the new generation to be accepting of this old bitch coming here and talking on your podcast. It's it's an honor, really.
Anytime I have a chance to speak to someone from the LGBTQ plus community who's come before me, who's lived and loved before I was born, who's seen how Singapore used to look like, how people used to treat each other, I think it's always a powerful opportunity for us to learn. And I think that's what today is going to be about.
I wish I could impart. I think I will. And I can impart that knowledge and experience I have.
Absolutely.
School us, educate us.
Well, before we actually get into that, I have to know, because I have not been seeing Sam Joe. Mm-hmm. I see a lot of Jojo Sam Claire. How's that? We're going to spill the tea right in front of him.
What?
Sam Joe, off stage or on stage? Because there is a difference.
Okay, let's start with on stage.
So on stage, a dynamite. Explosive, extremely talented, extremely creative from my point of view.
Yeah.
You will go all the way. I'm truly impressed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you. I mean, what? Did I pay you to do this, Josh?
No.
Really, because the first time I saw you doing that competition thing for commotion, and I was like, who is this? Yes. Why have I not seen this before?
Yeah. So for some context, for people who don't know, I started this journey by taking part in a competition, a contested commotion organized by Becca de Bas, right? And Nina was actually in the audience as one of the judges. Mm-hmm. So I will always remember before we went on, all of us were freaking nervous. And then I remember you came backstage and you actually said hi to us, and and we knew that you were going to be the judge, but we were like, oh my God, why is she coming to talk to us? You are in your own level. And that was my first taste of how warm all the queens are, because prior to that, it was watching you on stage.
Correct.
Right? And it's you're always so fierce and booms, and the makeup's so fetch and sometimes very bitchy looking, but deliberately. So for you to come over and show that warm side, it really actually helped calm a lot of our nerves and might have helped perform that night. So
he's actually been talking about that, I think, that motherly instinct.
Yes,
I think
I do. Yeah, I think I have that because I do not have a good experience during my time as a performer. When I started, it was a cutthroat business. They'll just tell you off to your face without thinking what you feel or think.
Well, what would they tell you off?
They will just, do you think you can carry this dress? Do you think you're good enough?
Really?
I don't think you will make it in this line, I've had these experiences throughout my journey, and I really do not want the new performers or the new generation to be feeling that way, to be experiencing that, because I think it's not a great experience to go through.
I want to praise that, because hurt people.
Yeah.
Right? Some people continue that nastiness, that chain, and you broke that, reversed it by instead being nice and kind, and you show grace to someone like Sam Joe.
Yeah. I just believe that, you need to earn your respect. You've got to love to get love. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I think that's the way the world should go. Give you get what you deserve.
But when you said that you had those like rough experiences and people telling it to your face, I'm not necessarily asking for names, but like, do you think those experiences actually in turn help you become who you are today? Because in a way, you learn the hard way.
Yes,
you
definitely. Those remarks and experiences I've had actually makes me who I am now. It's like when just an example, if I were to choose a song for a performance, no, you can't do that. You're not beautiful enough. You're not tall enough. I think you should just do comedy number. So I go to that route, I do comedy and I concentrate on doing a character song which makes people laugh and it's more effective. Do not do these pretty songs like those Mariah or the Celine. Actually, it's quite hurting at that particular time, but as it goes along, right, I was thinking like, I'm doing a character song and I'm making people laugh,
You're entertaining them.
Yeah, that's the most satisfying experience and feeling I have. I don't bother. It's okay.
Yeah,
so it became me.
You were able to make lemonade out of the lemons that people served you.
Yeah, I can't believe that someone actually told Nina of all people that she can't be a Mariah and she can't be a Celine.
Because at that particular time it was.
Because if you watch Nina on stage now, you can go to any of the riot drag shows or any of the cabarets that she's in. She's a very busy woman, by the way.
So she's booked.
Yeah, she's booked.
I'm blessed.
She's booked to the heavens and she's performing really literally almost every other night.
Yes.
Right. But every time you walk on stage, and I say that not just as someone who's worked with you and who's observed you backstage, but all of my friends also, like Hulin, for instance.
Thank you, Hulin, if you hear this.
Who is like her number one fan. Gets her flowers and everything. Yeah. She has some stalkers. But, you are that epitome of stage beauty.
It's kind of strange now when people say beauty, stage beauty, because when they say it in my time, you're not pretty enough, you're not tall enough. It's a traumatizing experience that I have till now, that I have difficulty doing a beautiful, pretty number. I have problem doing this, and people keep telling me around, "Oh, you're beautiful, you're this," But the generation now is so loving. They are just, I do not know whether they are telling me the truth or not, but I keep telling myself like, no, the past was telling me I'm not beautiful. I cannot do this song. So it's very traumatizing for me.
Yeah. Well, I assure you, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
I assure you. And you don't have to do a full routine in front of us. We feel the beauty. And I think there is no such thing as sort of truth when it comes to that, because everyone has different standards of beauty and what they follow and their perception of it. What matters is your truth.
Yeah.
What matters is your definition of beauty. And all we've been getting so far is you being kind to Samjo. You've been kind to us on this show, and I think our listeners can hear that in your voice as well. I think your beauty shines through audibly.
Thank you so much, because I think the first impression people would see me on stage intimidating. Can I come to her and say hi? Most of them are afraid, but I need to show them that I am not the persona I am on stage.
What do you think it is about drag queens that people are so afraid of? Because once upon a time, you can't imagine Samjo being shy, right? But I would be that shy person, like,
let me tell you this.
I want to take photo, she's so gorgeous, but never mind. Then before I know it, you are like, hopping into a cab, and I was like, damn it, I lost my chance. Yeah.
Let me tell you, the new generation always think that our generation is very arrogant and intimidating. I think most of the performers that is in my generation would want people to have respect them and just to bow down.
Is it the makeup or what? Like, why some of the audiences scared
I think the aura that we have. I hope not in a bad way for me.
As someone who's only been in the audience for shows like these, I do feel intimidated, but it's not a bad intimidation.
So it's
I think
not something bad.
Absolutely not. I feel that with even watching a musical on stage, because there's no barrier, but there's the elevation of the stage. And I think there is something very powerful about sitting in the audience and then seeing a stage in front of you. And we've seen that grip on an audience for centuries, when we completely forget we're sitting down, we're in a room watching a show. instead we believe the characters. Because it's not like a screen, a movie, you can approach us, you can come into the audience. That scares me.
Yeah.
You know, even if I know I know Samjo and I watch Samjo perform, I would be terrified if he comes over to me. Because
Because my makeup is terrifying. Yes, I know.
no,
It's a different persona, right?
his energy is different, and you
Yes.
feel it, and that's why I can talk about his performance on stage in a very constructive manner, because it's almost like I don't see Samjo anymore, I see Jojo Sam Claire.
Yes, correct.
You know, and it's the same thing. You know, like when I'm sitting in front of you right now and I'm asking you these questions, we're having a conversation, but I also remember watching Nina, and that person I only want to watch from a distance and adore and appreciate the art. And to
I
cross
see.
that seems scary, because I don't want that illusion to be broken as well. You know, I think
okay.
there's it's the appreciation, I think, for the medium.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
It comes from you. At least I know, because I do not want to have that intimidating negative aura. You
I
know.
don't believe
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
but
I
you
believe
don't.
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
that first impression, I think a lot of people have breaks down very quickly. The moment you open your mouth and you
Yeah.
talk to people,
Yeah.
and the moment, you know, or even when you're done with the show, because Nina always removes her makeup immediately. Like,
Yes.
unlike the rest of us, we're very hell, right? So we keep it on and everything.
It's just like
We are trained that way since day one. So it's a normal thing for me. That's the way I was trained to be. As a performer, whatever is on stage is on stage. When you're done, wash your makeup and be you. So there's no armor there. People still know you are the one performing. So there is no facade.
So I know we're going on and on about this makeup thing, but I mean, you got a drag queen. You got a drag queen on the show. Let's talk about makeup, right? So have you tried the new Kajal eyeliner by Victoria Beckham? I'm kidding. She goes on and on about it on her Instagram. But you remember that scene in Devil Wears Prada where Miranda Priestley is always fierce, right? Andy ends up at her house because she had to deliver the book, and then catches her crying without makeup on.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
I think her husband just asked for a divorce, remember? Now that scene was like, oh my God, you saw Miranda as the devil, but then now with the makeup stripped, you actually see her as a human.
Yes.
And not that you're the devil.
Yeah,
you're
no,
far from it.
I understand.
But in a way, that
Correct.
makeup puts up a front, right?
Yes.
Like, you know, that kind
Yeah.
of like you styling your image and everything. But the moment that's all done and dusted and packed away,
yeah, it's
you're a
the-
person like everyone else.
Yeah.
Exactly right. You're taking off the warrior paint.
The mask. To
Yeah.
me, it's a mask to amp up my personality, but not to cover myself up.
And so that's why you're tuning into this episode, because we're going to delve more into Nina as a person.
Exactly.
Who is Nina when she's not on stage? Actually, I think that's
Yeah.
number one question that a lot of people have in their mind.
I have never thought of myself becoming a performer or entertainer. I'm more interested in theater, and I was doing radio for the TCS when I was 12.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a contract with them for 3 years. And then when I transitioned, it was quite a difficult time for me, because at the particular time, the theater wanted me to do a part where I have to bear my body as a warrior. And I backed off and just disappeared. So, and a friend of mine was asking me, do you want to do backup dancer for this impersonator Madonna from Singapore? So I said, I'm not a dancer, but you can move well. Okay, I can replicate. Okay, let's do. So from there, do, and I was spotted by someone from the Tiffany Dolly's group in the 80s. So they hired me to be the dancer, backup dancer, not a performer. And we had this group, like the Boom Boom Room has an anniversary, so why not we gather 5% and do a Spice Girl? So I said, okay, fine, let's do it.
Ooh.
So we did the anniversary Boom Boom Room in 1999, 98. And I did the performance, and the artistic director approached me like, can I have you to perform for me in Boom Boom? I said, no experience, I'm just a backup dancer. So she said, we'll train you. No. So it started from there. So I started from as a backup dancer to a impersonator, to a stand-up comedian, to a singer, and then I got a chance to do TV and radio, a lot of other things.
You know, it sounds like you were meant to do all these things, right?
But
Yeah.
when I was asked to do all these things, they do not give me a choice to think about it. It's like, Nina, you do this. Nina, you do this. There is no option for me. Like, can I think about it?
Right.
My personality or my character is like, you ask me to do a job, I have to deliver the job, whatever it is.
Wow.
So, but it's good for me, you know. I have the experience. I did not say no. I just do it, see how well I do it. But it turns out good.
You didn't have the luxury of picking and choosing your
Yeah,
gigs.
we are told what to do.
Wow.
Being the me, after I wash up my makeup, go and grab at home, I'm a very reserved, quiet. I rather spend my time in my house with my family, cook food. I rarely go out to eat. I enjoy myself sitting at home, watching my Netflix, spending time with my nephew and my sister and my 2 cats, and that's it.
Well, I want to get to know that person a little bit more on this show.
Yeah.
If I may also ask, apart from Nina, is there a name I can refer to you as when I speak about that person?
Nina.
Just Nina?
It has been Nina.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have some questions for Nina then, right? What's your favorite dish to cook in the kitchen?
Lemak cili padi.
Wow.
Like I ate dinner already.
Yeah. And what is your favorite film of all time?
Saw.
I cannot
No
imagine.
way. What?
Nina.
Is there something else we need to know about? Nina.
Yeah. Final Destination Saw, my favorite.
So you love that kind of
Yeah,
slasher.
I love.
What is your favorite place in Singapore?
My favorite place in Singapore, I'm so sorry, but it's home.
It's home.
This is
I have no favorite
In
place.
your opinion, then, what's your favorite neighborhood in Singapore?
Actually, I can never get over my old neighborhood, which is Tanglin Halt, Chap Lau, Commonwealth, where I was born and raised and stayed there for almost 40 years. So when I moved to Yishun, it was like a culture shock. Oh, it's so crowded. I hate crowd. Honestly, let me tell you, I hate crowd. I'm very claustrophobic.
Okay.
Tanglin Halt
Yeah.
Chap Lau is like
Yes.
a sleepy, old, very old flats.
Correct. And very quiet neighborhood.
And you talked about theater earlier on, right?
Yeah.
If you had the chance to be in a Broadway production,
If I got a chance.
is there a dream role that you've always wanted?
I want to be me. I want to do a musical about Showgirl in Singapore.
Wow.
Wow, biopic. Nina, this is Nina's story. Let's turn it into a freaking musical.
Yeah. It's not a beautiful road, but people need to know the hardships we go through. Me as a trans woman, me as a performer, and how the public perceive us or see us and decide to think what they think of us, you know?
Nina, by the way, is 54 years young.
5.
55?
Yes.
So you're 1967.
Yes, 1967.
Becca makes you out to be like some dinosaur.
Yeah, I am a
Everything.
dinosaur. Becca should just say I'm a cockroach.
Basically, yeah. She's still around.
You
Since.
cannot get rid of a cockroach.
You have obviously a lot of experience and so many untold stories. And that's really why we wanted you on this podcast also, because you have been around and I feel like you have seen so many things and been through so many things. You've hinted that also backstage, but every time I want to ask you more.
Yeah. But because we are getting ready for a show and you are so tense whenever you want to start to do a show, and you're like anxiety, and it's not anxiety, it's the adrenaline.
Yeah.
Can you're not get confused with this anxiety and adrenaline?
Yeah. Learning to tap into that more. Could you maybe, I don't know, whatever you're comfortable sharing, right? Like, share with us more about how it was like, you know, you growing up, not just as a performer, but like you coming to who Nina is now.
Actually, it's quite a big turnaround, because if you were to look at myself when I was young, I was such an introvert. I would look at the ground walking and I would not dare to actually talk or make a conversation with anyone. So that's how I push myself. I actually tell myself, I cannot do this. I am a performer. I need to mingle. I need to start opening my mouth and talking to people. It's a practice, everyday thing. If I do not improve myself in my confidence level in talking to people, I will not make it in the entertainment world. So I'm now that person, yet I'm still very humble. I still put my feet on the ground, yet that persona I have on stage is still there. So it's a balance of both worlds.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is you on stage, that is your Sasha Fierce, right?
Yeah.
Because Beyonce also, she's
Yeah.
in person, she's quite shy.
Yeah. Nina, what was it like being a trans person in Singapore back then?
You need to be passable. You need to blend in with the crowd. I just realized at that particular time when I go out, if I behave myself, then people will not disturb me.
What is behave yourself?
Behave as in not loud, in behavior and the way you walk and the way you talk. That's how I think of it, because during that time it's like you need to behave yourself and dress well and not provocative kind of dressing where people will look at you like, oh, this is a prostitute. They would always think that way. So you need to behave well, dress well to blend in with the crowd, and they will accept you.
Was there a support system or resources that helped you to understand then
No,
who you are?
it's just among our sisterhood. No, we don't have resources. So we are just living the life every day, supporting each other, being street smart. I do not go to that path where I was doing nightlife. I want my family to be proud of me. So I always have a job. And I have no issue of people look at me like, you're very feminine, huh? But when they give me like a waiter's costume, right? Waiter's outfit, I just wear them. I just tighten my vest and it looks more feminine. But I'm a good worker, you know? So that's the plus point that my employer cannot say anything. Because I'm a good worker and I come to work every time. So you just have to behave. Like I say, you just have to behave yourself well.
Did you feel like that was, in a way, compromising who you were, or
No,
because you were shy back then also
correct.
that actually worked for you?
Yeah.
Because what I'm getting is that society didn't particularly favor, and history has shown that, favor people, even people like us now.
Yeah.
And I think when you said, you have to behave, I
Yeah.
think that is also still a level of shame that I think society wants to put on
Yeah.
you. You be who you are, but don't disturb me.
Yeah.
You should keep your head down, behave,
Yes.
like don't cross the line. But what I also adore about your story so far that you've told is that you put your work ethic and your character and who you are in front
Correct.
first. Where if you can't accept my gender, if you can't accept my sexuality, you can't accept my femininity, you will have to at least respect me because I'm a good worker.
Yeah.
I will do the job. I will deliver. I will entertain. I will make you laugh. I'll make you smile.
Like I said, there's no resources. We are actually pushing ourselves to be street smart and how to actually live in the society.
You talk about street smart and you remind me of this short convo we had also. Again, I think one of us had to rush off. But correct me if I'm wrong, but you mentioned then there were a few instances where you were just minding your own business and you were harassed by police officers.
Yes. It was like after show on a Saturday night. So all of us went to Changi Point. At
How
a
long
particular
ago
time.
was this?
About 15 years back.
Okay.
So we went to Changi Point.
So 2000s, right?
About
Mid-2000s.
2000.
Okay.
So we went to Changi Point. At a particular time, there's a lot of trans women there, cross-dressers there, and then men love to go there because they want to fulfill their fantasy. And when we are there, and then we are hanging around there after supper, and then the police would come and like with a van, and they like, what are y'all doing here? I said, oh, we just hanging after supper. Then they pick us all up. As what I see, they pick us all up. So we went to the anti-vice. That's now they don't have anti-vice at Cantonment Road. So all of us were in the cell for overnight.
What?
So
Hell,
they
you
was,
were locked up.
before we have to go, right? Then they have to file in a report. Then they keep saying to us that just say lah, you solicit. I said we did not. They say, but when we said that, they write the report, then we are freed. Yeah.
So they forced you to make a false confession.
They always assume that a trans woman there hanging around, even though we're wearing very sexy, but it's our right. We are not naked. It's traumatizing lah,
Of course.
But from that experience, I try not to like hang around at the kind of places after 12. So I will not get into that kind of situation, because when I was in Boom Boom Room, we have to have licensing from the anti-vice. So every 3 months, they have to come at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We have to perform for them to see whether we are legit or not. Then you give the license, and then next 3 months we perform, and then they give the license renew. So it's like I need to take care of my record. I really try to avoid that kind of situation.
Still, above all, I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you are who you are and you're still able to work. You know, you're physically well to perform and do the things you do on stage and stuff. I think that's such a blessing.
By the way, I am curious. What are your thoughts about RuPaul's Drag Race?
Oh, wow. RuPaul's Drag Race? Because that's a show, right, that I think... Because even for me, and I'm sure many people can relate to that, where when I first started going to the gay bars at like 18, 19, right? It was, of course, to meet other people, hopes of falling in love. But then, of course, you'll see a drag queen. And you've never seen a drag queen, right? Because before that, for me, it was like Jack Neo was a drag queen.
Yeah.
But that's, I don't really consider Jack Neo a drag queen now. But back then, it was the only drag I would see at Liang Si Mei, Liang Po Po.
Correct.
Right? And then you see a drag queen, but you don't know how to react. You don't know how to behave. And we see that with a lot of queer people until RuPaul's Drag Race came. And then it introduced drag properly, I think, to a global audience, and also showed what rock stars they are, the humans they are behind that, to a point where, you know, I was actually talking to an older gay person today, and he said, your generation, you're obsessed with drag queens. Why? I'm like, what's wrong? We love drag queens. We celebrate drag queens, actually, you know, and I think history has also shown that trans people and drag queens also have been at the forefront of a lot of movements. Our thoughts on RuPaul's Drag Race?
Yeah.
So because of that, I'll always
Answer
be
the
grateful.
question, Josh.
You know, so because of that, I'll always be grateful.
Okay.
Because now I'm excited to go see drag. Now I am apologetic of how I used to view drag queens. And if someone says, hey, let's go do drag, I will do it. I'll try. I'll give it a shot. I'm not going to be so guarded. I'm not going to think I'm going to lose who I am or anything.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to like lift who I am. But I also do think, having spoken to a few drag queens, you have to pay a lot of money for drag. I think Becca DeBus talks about, you know, like a lot of her drag is whatever she finds around, and she repurposes it, she turns it into outfits. Whereas I think nowadays Drag Race is very different from how Drag Race started off.
Correct.
You have to be prim and proper, you have to have a social media following, you always have to post constantly. So I don't want that kind of pressure to also be on drag queens. So I'm conflicted is what I'm saying.
So there's pros and cons to this RuPaul's Drag Race thing.
I agree with all these pros and cons in general, but I think for the most part, I am thankful. It also kind of like really informed and educated me, not just about drag, but also about other queer people in the world. You know, when I first started watching Drag Race, I remember I was in the US, and it just happened to be one on one of the channels, right? And I just was like, okay, this is quite fascinating, but whoa, why are they talking so loudly? Like, oh my god, why is this guy so effeminate and everything? And that was me, by the way, thinking all these things. I didn't understand drag, basically, the art of drag. You know, I was like, but your makeup is so thick, you don't look like a realistic woman, you know, because back then I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
Drag isn't always about, like, you know, being a female impersonator, for instance, right? So I had a lot of like misconceptions. It did good in educating me about why the art form is important and how much it means to a lot of people, and how empowering it can be also. And that's something I have found out firsthand also, especially this year, when, you know, I went from spectator to actually trying it on for myself. So many of us can watch the show and be armchair critics, right, and go like, yeah, like that's such a meh lip sync or whatever, I could have done better, or that reveal was messy or whatever, or that, my god, like the makeup sucks or whatever. Now I know firsthand makeup is no walk in the park, and sometimes what you envision in your head for a performance just doesn't translate. And I've so, like, me just starting to wade into it, I have so much more respect for everyone who has ever been on the show. And don't forget, that's when cameras are like on you the entire time, right?
Yeah.
So I can imagine the stress that comes with it also. So I don't know, I'm very thankful to it. A lot of my inspiration comes from the show, so from some of the queens there as well. As you know, I love Evie Oddly, right? And I know a lot of people like have doubts about her or whatever, but I find that she's so original, and she's so unique, and that's why when I did my car wash jellyfish number, I was a tribute to her, because I've never seen something like that. How can you make a jellyfish costume out of trash bags? That's just genius. And so I wanted to like pay homage to her. So Evie Artley, I love you if you're listening.
And if I may as well, I think also representation was, I think, a big interesting experience for me, because I think when we first start watching queer media content, I think a lot of it was a lot of BL, like boy love kind of shows, and they all looked a certain type of skin color, a certain type of build. And if you look also to like art house gay films, they also would look a certain type of way. And then RuPaul's Drag Race was one of the first queer content where I could see people of all shapes and sizes, exactly effeminate, you know, people who were proud of who they were, and then also helping me to also understand. I think that when the first drag queen on the show said they're trans, that introduced me to what that life is like as well. Or boy drag, for example, that also introduced something new to an audience, you know. And I think also for drag queens, it's made huge careers out of a lot of these drag performers that may only command a certain amount of money at a club, and now they're doing world tours. Bianca Del Rio selling out O2 Arena. With all the controversies and drama through the years, I think what the show has done, and the Emmys, is one to actually pick up year after year Emmys on that global stage. You cannot help but at least show respect to what World of Wonder was able to do, has been able to do.
What is your opinion?
My opinion, RuPaul's Drag Race is good because it makes drag mainstream, you know. But I do not take much of the pros and the cons. For me personally, it's a learning experience for me to learn something from each and every one of them. But to input it for live performances would be totally different, because doing something on social media, recording and pause on editing, is different from doing a live show. So I concentrate more on a live performances, what could work for me and what can I learn from them.
You get asked to be in, say, RuPaul's Drag Race Southeast Asia, ASEAN region or something, you know, would you go in and compete?
No.
Why not?
I always tell myself I'm not good enough.
Oh my goodness, Nina, if you are not good enough.
No, but that's the truth. I always tell myself, I mean, maybe I'm my worst enemy. I always think I'm not doing well enough. I can do this better. Yeah. So I'm just my worst enemy. And I feel like I'm not good enough. So it has never crossed my mind to be in it.
Thank you for telling us.
Yeah.
But see if tomorrow that opportunity actually came along, and aren't you a little bit curious as to, you know?
Because you did also say that you would say yes to any opportunity that comes your way.
Yeah.
I was put in a situation where I cannot say yes or no. So
now
it's
you
like,
can.
Oh, now she can.
Now she has a schedule. She has to check her calendar first.
I can't.
First,
Sorry,
RuPaul, I'm not free.
I got the chance. Can I check my schedule first?
Okay. Well, I think in my response to what you very vulnerably shared is that I think you add something clearly to the drag scene here in Singapore. Your addition to any list of performers to an event, you add something to it already. So I think even if you were to be in RuPaul's Drag Race for that season, I don't even think you should worry about winning or whatever. It's like you naturally will bring what Nina brings, you know, whether it's being a mother to everyone else around or to learn. You know, even if you're in just for a couple of episodes, like, we would root the heck out for you. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it's Nina. That's it. Like, I don't care about. And that's actually another beautiful thing about Drag Race compared to a lot of reality competition shows where you only care about the winner.
Yeah.
Drag Race has never really been about that. You can fall in love with the first Shangela, the first person who gets kicked out. As long as they come on and we get to see what they can do, we fall in love with their personality, and Nina come on, right? that's it.
It's true. It's true. Sometimes I just need a nudge from the new generation.
It will be that.
Yeah,
nudge.
yeah. It's true because it's intimidating. Sometimes when, like right now, when I perform for Riot every week, or when I perform for Riot, the crowd is so crazy, so supportive, and every time like Sapphire Blast perform or Jojo Sam Claire perform, and the
Wow.
scream and the applause from the audience is so loud. I will always think to myself like, will I get that kind of response? I mean, like, how can I top that? I always ask myself that question, you know.
That is ridiculous. My jaw is literally
No,
on the table right
I'm
now
not
because
kidding you.
I'm thinking that of all of you because you're like honestly right. I mean, I know Becca jokes about you being old and everything all the time, and it's like freaking funny. And I love also, by the way, I credit all props to Nina. Like she finds it so funny every time Becca introduces
You
her.
can take a joke, yeah.
Before she goes on, she is howling backstage. She's literally rolling on the floor, and then her song starts, and she's like, "Okay, game face on." But that's what I'm thinking backstage because I'm like, you
Yeah.
have so much more experience, and I've learned this from you also. Like you know,
Yeah.
if the reveal goes wrong, keep going because what you
It's how
notice.
you recover.
Yeah, the audience may not notice, and
Yeah.
that's something that it's stuff like that which I don't know. I feel like only people with your experience and who are as seasoned as you would be able to bring to the stage, and then some. And
So now you know the experience of doing a live drag show. It's not easy, right?
yeah, no,
It's not.
no. But can I just nudge you also? You said like you need people to nudge you. Please do it because if the opportunity does arise, not only will you be representing Singapore, you will be representing Tanglin Halt.
If I were to be joining, my mentality would be to participate and show my what I have and what I know. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true, Joshua. Yeah. Thank you for nudging me.
We will be that nudge for you. To the person that's listening to the episode right now, what would you like to say to them?
Thank you so much for accepting me, loving what I'm doing. This is such an honor. You have made my life full. It's such an honor that the people accept me. It's like there's nothing else I could say. Thank you so much.
I'm pretty sure they feel the same way about you as well. So it's a two-way street, Nina. The love that's coming from you right now, I'm just feeling that in your energy. Is there anyone in particular you want to shout out to?
My
Or just-
special shout out is definitely to Becca DeBus. Really. Without Becca DeBus, I will not be in this scene. I will not open my eyes. He opens up my eyes and doors. Thank you. Bitch.
I love it. To all those people out there who haven't, had the honor of like watching you on stage or like getting to know you online, where can they find you?
Online and on stage. Okay, first on stage, you can find Kak Nina Boo at Riot and Hard Rock Cafe every Saturday, hosted by Becca DeBaz. And if you want to follow me, I'm still new in social media, but you can find me at Kak Nina Boo, as in KAKNINABOO. And I have TikTok. I'm so new to that.
TikTok.
This is so I'm not vain, I'm sorry, but I need to push myself. Social media is an important thing now. So follow me on TikTok at Kak Nina Boo. Also, I'm on Facebook, but only old people go to Facebook.
That's not true.
I'm not old, I'm ancient, but I'm still there. You can find me, Kak Nina Boo, there, yeah? And catch me there and say hi to me. Don't worry, I'm not intimidating, I'm nice.
I'm Joshua Simon,
I'm Sam Joe,
and we are the SG Boys.
that little gay podcast from Singapore.
Subscribe and find us on Instagram at The SG Boys.
The beliefs, views, and opinions expressed on this podcast are attributable to its hosts only and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, organization, company, or individual.